All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Iron Purpose podcast.
That's good timing.
I am
For the blooper reel.
currently. I'm currently in the city of
Try that again.
St. Yeah,
Try that
probably
again,
gonna.
dude.
I'm probably just gonna keep it in there.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bailey's podcast, where we get iron sharpened in purpose.
Purposefully sharpened.
This whole thing's getting edited out.
It probably is, or maybe it'll stay. You know, some people like just a good old riff session. I was thinking I could just have you on randomly here and there. We just call it Riffs with Chris.
Oh, my own segment?
We call it Riffstuffer. Riffs. Riffstuffer Saicoe.
I'm in.
You're in. I'm also thinking if the name pops up after the fact as well. I don't think it does.
Always.
I think we're good. You're probably hoping.
If it does, I'll know for next time not to mess around.
Not to be silly with it. If any of you know who Chris is, you can only imagine what he named himself in this. I keep tapping this. I'm working on my abilities with this computer systems. I know you're a little bit better at this kind of stuff than I am, but like for right around Christmas time, Courtney and I, we got new phones. We used to have AT&T. Long story short, used to have AT&T, and we switched to Verizon, so we didn't have to trade our phones in. Well, I'm like, perfect. I have 2 new cameras that I can record with, but it's just been, I feel like it's just been hit or miss whether they work or not. Like they have issues reconnecting sometimes, or like I recorded a whole episode once and the whole thing was just, it started out really good and then it just went black. Had audio and everything, but there was no image. So it's nice to have a couple of them set up just in case one fails. So right now I'm running off of my laptop, and then I also have a phone right here with it because it has such a clear picture. But other than that, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it, riffing it. It seems to work, but it could be better.
Yeah, story of my life, right?
Which kind of sets up our topic for a little bit later on after we're done being silly geese. But I think later we'll talk just a little bit about some adversity and battling like negativity, and I think especially in the wintertime, it doesn't help when you get done with work or you try to you're on your way to work and it's just snow and ice, and there's another one, and just bitter cold. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm different on that, but I didn't grow up here. So
Different.
where I grew up, we had to vacation to see snow. So any day I get to see snow, I'm like, sweet snow. The only days that I get kind of down in the dirt is when it's like black ice all the way to work.
Yeah.
But those are the days I'm like, I'm horrified. I didn't grow up driving in this, and I don't want to die. Not today.
Right. Yeah. That is an interesting
yeah.
perspective, though. I mean, you see the snow, and if you're familiar with it or you're just used to it, it kind of gets monotonous. You're like, okay, here we go again. It's gonna be cold for 4 or 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But there's somebody out there who hasn't experienced it, so it's more of a magical thing. Like somebody really enjoys it.
Every time it snows, it's like glittery, and it comes down usually slowly, and it's just really pretty to look at. And it's like I didn't grow up with that, so now hot days, like in the summertime, it's the opposite for me, right? So it was, when it's like 90 plus degrees with humidity, I just want to turn the air conditioner on, go hide in the basement, and do nothing.
Right.
So
You don't want to go
that's my
cannonball in the
preference.
lake or something?
Yeah, well, I'm afraid of water, so that's
Why is that? Can I ask why? Is there like a situation that occurred that caused that?
I don't know of a particular situation. I was on a sailboat that capsized. That probably didn't
Dang.
help.
Sheesh.
And growing up by the ocean, like you can't, the Pacific Ocean specifically, you can't see through. It's dark. You know, there's things in there that want to eat you.
Yeah,
You can't see through it, and it's just nerve wracking. But
it is
it
kind
was
of
probably
gnarly.
the sailboat situation that kind of turned me off of water.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still kind of
I
the same way with ice.
golly, for a second I forgot what we were talking about, and I got thinking about of like situation where it kind of where I'm down. I'm like, oh no, frozen liquid. I was just... Anyway.
Yeah.
I think I kind of similarly. You ever see like those? I don't know if you've. Excuse me. Still, if you learned anything from my last episode, I'm still kind of battling a cough. I was sick for like 3 weeks, and my respiratory is not 100% yet. So bear with me. But I don't know if you've seen like those videos where it's like people are afraid of like the depths of the sea. I can't remember the exact name of what it is called, but like the dark, just the depths and the vastness of the ocean, and like those
Yeah.
big faces like emerge from like the depths in like a hand or like a big sea creature. You're just like, whoa, yeah, that's kind of, I don't like that at all.
Yeah. No.
Thought I'd turn that off.
No.
You know what? We're gonna just edit that part out. A lot of sounds up in this,
Pew,
up in this
pew.
biscuit.
You
But
coughing. It's all on your end.
I know. I apologize. You're the anchor here today.
Well, it's unusual. Oh,
Salute you, sir.
my captain.
All rise. All
You don't
right.
salute before. You don't just salute the judge.
Imagine
Your
standing
Honor.
there like, what are you doing, idiot?
Oh man, I should have did that when I got subpoenaed.
Oh, that'd be funny. He comes in.
Please raise your right hand.
over your. Oh, okay, so sorry. My heart.
Sorry,
No.
this. I pledge. No, no.
No, we're not doing that one either.
Oh,
Well, speaking of captain and water, getting back on track, I tend to rabbit trail quite a bit,
oh,
especially
good.
with
We're
you. But
doomed.
yeah, we are doomed. But like I was always afraid of like ocean. Like I didn't go there a lot growing up, but when I think the first time I went there was like junior senior in high school, and I went in like my knees. I was like, I'm not going any deeper than this. And then I ended up going to Pensacola for college for a couple of years, and like then you hear horror stories of the riptide currents that come through, and you're like,
Hmm.
"Yep, still not going past my knees."
Yeah.
And then
Well, even at your knees, it can rip you out.
right, yeah, it's gnarly. Then like even like swimming in like lakes, like I really enjoy it. But we go out into the deep and like jump off the boat or whatever, and you're swimming there, and you're like thinking about what's underneath you, and then you start getting freaked out. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
not a fan. So then,
Mm.
after Courtney and I got married, our honeymoon, we went to the Bahamas. Yeah, Bahamas, to one of the resorts down there, and there was an excursion that you could take where you go off the area there and swim with dolphins. And I was like, all right, let's, I'm probably gonna hate it, but let's just give it a try. We get there, and I'm thinking it's gonna be like a pool, but no, it's like just like this lagoon where they have them like roped in, so you can't see anything in the water. It's just dark depths, and so then they're like, okay, slide on in, and then you're out there, kind of treading water. You have a
Mm.
life jacket and stuff, but these dolphins, you don't know where they're at, when they're gonna come up, and I was just like, "Ugh," and eventually it worked out pretty cool. It was like I felt really good after the fact because I had conquered that fear kind of thing. And then we ended up snorkeling and stuff later on too. So it was actually really fun. It was really cool, but I still was just kind of like
Yeah.
even on a boat, it's kind of just creepy.
Yeah, I don't like it. We went on a cruise too, because we got a free one because of COVID screwed us over.
Hmm.
My wife's like, "Let's go snorkeling," and he's like, "You know how I feel about water. Not no me gusta. Don't want to do it. But I love you and I'll do it for you." But so we do it, and it's like, look at the coral, and I've got the beard, so I'm half drowning because it's sneaking into my
It's not
mouth.
sealed.
It's not sealed because I got the beard and it's sneaking into my mask. I'm like, oh, this is pretty miserable. But then you look to your left and it's just open ocean. It's darkness, and it's just you're getting kicked in the face by other people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Ish.
no water, no thanks.
You see the
Not a
sunlight
fan.
coming through, and then there's a big shark in the distance. Comes in.
Sunlight?
Put a little light on the subject.
Oh yeah, so water's no good.
Bless me.
I want to do that too, but I don't know how to turn off my mic.
There's a little nice. You got it.
Ah, I did the thing.
Yeah, my phone is currently blocking it, so I think I'm just doomed. You're just with it. You were stuck with me during my coughs.
I'll deal with it. I don't know if everybody else will though.
Yeah, probably not. They're probably already gone by now, to be honest with you. 10 minutes into this nonsense, be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch something different.
Yeah, these guys are talking about a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, well,
A lot
Chris
of
was on,
nothing.
so
Yeah,
you know.
which could also, hit or
By the
miss.
way,
Go ahead.
the names are in the lower left-hand corner there. Does that show up on the end
It
result?
shouldn't.
Okay.
It, it shouldn't. Not that I remember.
Okay.
I think I just see it in editing.
Okay.
Like in post when I'm going through it, it'll like say like what you named yourself. It
I
rhymes
love
with
that.
cleaner. Cleaner. If anybody's thinking, it rhymes with cleaner. Starts with
Yeah,
W. I didn't expect anything less. I loved it. I logged on. I'm like, nice. This is gonna be good.
that's what I do. I exist to say off the wall, just wild things to make people smile. That's the goal.
Working in a jail, I feel like it's necessary.
Yeah.
You could be going through like the worst thing ever, and you're like somebody smearing feces all over the wall, and you're like, we're cleaning it out, and you somehow find a way to crack a joke or a one-liner about doing it. You're like,
Hmm.
okay, all right, this isn't so bad, even though it's literally the worst. Like,
Right.
and I think there's something to be
Well,
said about that, and that's one thing I really enjoy about working there is when it does kind of suck, like when you have mutual. When you have people that you go through that with, that camaraderie, and you kind of come out stronger than the other side. Like that's like when you're dealing with an incident where it's really not the greatest, but you're able to talk about it afterwards and kind of laugh about it
yeah.
with the coworkers that you have that can do that. It's really special in my opinion.
So long as everyone is resilient enough to laugh through the suffering, you guys will you build this bond that a lot of people don't get to experience. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
being in an office job and no one's gonna know, scraping crap off the walls or you know, back in LA, we had to dude open himself up and start pulling his insides out, and it's like, what do you do with that?
Jeez, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't have a chair. We had to wrap him up just to stop him.
that's
But
gnarly.
it's like you redefine on a daily basis what bizarre is, things that no one is ever going to deal with ever.
Mm-hmm.
And as you suffer together, that bond grows, and oftentimes, you go hang out outside of work, you go hit up the bar, and you laugh about it, you drink about it, and now they're saying we're not supposed to do that anymore.
Right. Yeah.
That's not healthy. Well, what do you want me to do?
Fine. I'll bottle it up and not tell anybody. Yeah.
I'll
Then you run
bottle
into
it
more
up, I'll
issues.
blow up, and I'll be divorced in a year.
Right.
Come on.
Right. Living in the sidewalk with a box. Yeah. I think there's definitely a time and place for it. I think like if you're going out for breakfast with your team or whatever, like it's nice to chat about it a little bit if you need to chat about it, but then like trying not to focus on it and talk about things outside of work. Whereas if you
Yeah.
and I went and got a drink or something, I think it's totally acceptable to just that's all we talk about, just because you need to have that outlet. So
Right.
I think there's a time and a place. Depends on where you're at. You don't want to be at somebody's like birthday party, like, hey, happy birthday. Hey, remember yesterday when we tased that guy? It's like, hey, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, or like kids. Kids are, they say the wildest stuff, right? I've had, before my son kind of grew up and got older and understood, they would ask, "Can you beat anybody up?" I'm like, I mean, define beat up. Like, I
How
didn't
can I
take my
politically
day
correctly
out
say
on the
this?
guy. Well, it's
All
like
right.
you don't go in there looking to lump a guy up, but it's like
All right.
when they come after you with a weapon or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, and
Right.
it's just, and then you have to have the wherewithal to power it back down and go on with your day. That's the tough
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
You still have all that cortisol built up, all that adrenaline's going. You're going, going, going. Then you have to back yourself off to keep your job,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to hopefully have an outlet after work that helps you process the cortisol. Otherwise, enough of that put together leads to PTSD, and
Right.
then you're hosed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you get a PTSD diagnosis, now that's a whole different ballgame. There's a whole lot more work you have to put into it.
Right.
So,
And you're basically shot as an officer unless you can rebound, figure something out. Thankfully I haven't experienced that, and I've never been diagnosed with that. But I can see how situations would cause to that. Have you if you don't solve them right away or try to fix them right away. Thankfully, the situation that I was in, where I was attacked at work, we did have enough staff, and I was like, yeah, I'm taking the rest of the day. I can't close my mouth. I'm just gonna go in there and I'm gonna be pissed off at all the inmates because I was working in a housing unit at the time. And it's like, and that's not fair to them. It's not fair to me because I'm gonna look at everything where before I would have had more like reasonableness, or I would have been more reasonable, maybe a little more discretion. Would have been like, hey, you got this thing is going on here. Hey, fix it up and or whatever. I'd probably go in there and just ruling with an iron fist, like this is what we're gonna do, and you're not gonna like it, and it would just be awful for everybody. And I even had some of the guys that were in there when that happened, like thank me. Hey, I'm glad you're okay. I can't believe that happened to you, but I appreciate you like knowing to like step away because that wouldn't have been fun for everybody else. So like thank you for not coming back into the unit for the rest of the day. I was like, I mean, is what it is. I mean, I didn't want to be there. We had the staff to cover, and I went home and beat the crap out of a heavy bag. So, and then went and played with my son. So I chose other outlets instead of trying to take it out on other people, even my, especially my coworkers too. Like, no, I probably wasn't very fun to be around the rest of the day, and I had to leave, separate myself from that.
it's funny that you bring that up. Like, of all the officers, if I think anybody could just go back into a unit and be cool, calm, collected, and neutral, I think it would have been you. I don't think you would have taken the day out on that. Or you'd have been a little off, but I don't think you would have been unfair to the guys in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, I just taught an impact class a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about how actually exercising after a high cortisol event like that is actually bad for you.
Really?
Things that get your blood pumping, get your blood pressure up,
Mm-hmm.
it keeps you ramped up. You stay up and high. You need to find something that's going to bring you down, like journaling or playing with your kid. And like playing with your kid negated whatever damage you may have
Right.
done. But I was like, I
Right.
never thought about that because whenever my son came home ramped up from high school, I'd always tell him, go hit the bag, go work it out, go
Mm-hmm.
work your problems out on something that's okay to do that. And to hear that a different side to that, I was like, oh man, I
Mm-hmm.
never considered that side of things.
Right. I think there's definitely, and I don't disagree with that at all. And like that is a really good point because yeah, you're already amped up, and you go in there, and you're just, obviously I'm not listening to like, you know, praise and worship music while I'm doing this. It's freaking,
Right.
metal, like Breaking
Smooth
Benjamin.
jazz.
Yeah, Benjamin. Benjamin Burnley is screaming in my headphones as I'm going to town on this thing.
Right.
But I think you have to be aware of that, and that's a really good reminder for myself. Even like, okay, what is my intention with this? Am I just going
Right.
in here to get pissed off and then come home with more rage, or like, am I trying to blow off some steam and then? Because after that, typically when I go do a workout, I'll go and hit the sauna for 15 minutes and work on breath work, and then hit the cold shower too to kind of just reset everything. So that breath work, and I agree. The breath work was probably more beneficial than actually getting that workout in and hitting the heavy bag because I was able to sit there, focus on my breathing, say, "Hey, we're good." I can't really shut my jaw. I can now. Obviously, it's been a couple months, but like at the time, it was like it could have been worse. Like I'm all right, and that kind of brings things into perspective. And I even reached out to one of my mentors, and he's like, it's you can look at it as a very negative thing and something that can like wreck you and make you nervous as an officer. But he's like, or you could look at it as, you didn't get knocked out. Like once you get punched in the face, and that was honestly like in a real world situation, the first time I've been hit. I mean, other than like sparring or training, like or messing around with my brothers, but like you realize you're not made of glass, and you can go back in there and be like, hey, I took that, and I'm back. was going to say back for more. I'm not back for more, but I know that I'm capable of. Please, sir, can I have another? Hit me in the face.
I mean, hopefully more doesn't come, but you have a long career ahead of you, and the chances of getting hit again are pretty good.
And I think getting hit early on too kind of open up the perspective of like I'm not invincible. Like I can kill people with kindness, and then they're still going to find a way to get upset with me and want to unleash and take advantage of you any way they can. Just because they're bent up. They got all that bent up aggression and all the stuff they got going on. Like, who can I take this out on today? Bailey's here today. Perfect. But you take it just like anything. You take it in strides and literally roll with the punches and move on. There's no sense in sitting in it.
Yeah, but you handled it well. Like, you did everything you needed to do. Got your space, got your distance, hands up, taser out. Like, we don't expect to get assaulted going into work. We prepare for it. And I prepare for it. When I worked in LA, I was going to war every day, so I was really ramped up going into work. But things are different where we are now, to where you kind of have more of a rapport with most, if not all, of the inmates that we have. The one that went after you had some mental health things. Like, we didn't see it coming. You didn't know his history. He had a history, but you didn't know. It wasn't written down anywhere. And the guys that have been around 10 plus years are like, oh yeah, you got to be careful with that guy. Well, where was Bailey's warning? We won't go down that rabbit hole, right? Like,
right.
The ball got dropped there. We can do better. We'll do better. But even that affected you for a while. It wasn't just the one day. You came into the office and we kind of talked it out a little bit. And it's like, look, it's part of being an officer, man. We all get hit. You didn't fail. Some of us get hit more than others. A lot of that boils down to a couple of different things. A, you don't know how to talk to people, or B, you're putting your face where it shouldn't be.
Right.
And it is what it is. And then you've got the freak accidents of occasionally someone just, that's my guy, and it happens.
Right.
So if it's just a freak thing, like, you can't take that personally, can't take that to heart, can't let that ruin a flourishing career.
Right.
Because there's going to be more. It's going to happen again, man.
100%.
Maybe not your face next time.
Maybe not. And that's, it's a really good segue to kind of the direction I want to take the conversation. But, myself and Nick, we're use of force instructors for the jail. So that was one of the biggest things why it was difficult, because it's like, if I'm the one that's teaching other officers how to do this, like, why is this happening to me, and how come I'm the one that got hit? And you start to internalize it, and then where this individual is located, I would get like anxiety just going in there. Even though I'd like talked to him after the fact, he still had an issue with me, and I was just like, I know that if you take him out and you put him in the middle of the day room, and I go out there right next to him, and we face off, and we go at it, I know 10 times out of 10 I'm coming out there with my hand raised. Like, I'm confident in my abilities, but for some reason, like, internalizing, it just brought it all back up whenever somebody started getting unruly in there, or like there's a potential, this guy might be, we might have to go after this guy, we might have to, do a cell extraction, or we may have to use force on this individual. Like, my body would like revert back to the feeling of, okay, well, what if this happens, and what if that happens? And I think it is very relatable, more than just in those specific instances within law enforcement. Like, you could be out in the in the real world and have like a work meeting or something, or maybe you're having maybe you and your wife are just not getting along, or your kids are driving you crazy, or whatever the case may be. And now every time we go into an interaction with those people, or every time we have to be faced with a meeting, a work meeting, or maybe a promotion, or fill in the blank to whatever this situation might be in your life, and we start getting anxious. We start thinking, oh man, what if it doesn't work out? What if I don't, what if I miss the winning shot like I did last time? Or what if I, fumble the ball, or, again, whatever that situation may be. And then we internalize it, and then you're like, oh, man, I'm not as good as I thought I was, kind of thing,
Well, we're not.
Yeah.
we're not as good as we think we are.
Right.
We're imperfect beings in an imperfect world. We're designed that way. And you getting ramped up in those situations, that's survival mechanism inside you that's supposed to do that. You're supposed to. I had an experience. Now I'm going to have anxiety about it, and that anxiety is going to keep me safe.
Mm.
So long as you don't hold on to it for too long, because then again, cortisol, right? So
Right.
cortisol comes back and then leads to PTSD and stuff like that. So
Right.
it it was a good thing, and now you have a story that is relatable to
Mm.
other young officers who come into the jail, and you are teaching how to defend themselves. Hey, this happened to me in this location out of nowhere. This is what I did about it. There's a number of things any one of us would have done, and here are your options.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare for it. This class
Right.
is for you to prepare for it. So when it
Mm-hmm.
happens to you, and it will, you'll be ready.
Absolutely.
And they're
I love
perishable
that.
skills too. You have to practice.
Mm-hmm. In anything, I mean, you got to figure out what you're going to do with it, and it's interesting how I obviously viewed that anxiety as a very negative thing, a very something that was a very crippling thing. But like you said, I think there is that brief moment in time where it can be your friend. It's like, it's here knocking on the door, and I made a post a while ago about anxiety knocking at the door, and like the importance of meeting it there at the door rather than, oh shoot, what was that, and hiding under the blanket like a little kid. Maybe he's gonna go away, and all of a sudden he's knocking on your window, like, "Hey, I'm coming in," or some. All of a sudden he's out from underneath your bed or he's in your closet, and he's just all of a sudden just coexisting with you. Meeting him at the door is kind of like you open it up and he's there, like, "Hey, it's me," and you're like, "Yeah, what's up? Like, what do you need? Like, can I help you with something?" And
Right.
when you start getting that anxious feeling of, oh no, anxiety's knocking at my door, it's like, all right, well, go open it, see who it is, see what's up, show him what's up. If he wants to fight, okay, fight him. Maybe he's trying to tell you something, and you're so freaked out about it that you're not even paying attention to the information that he may have for you, like you'd said. And we did talk, and I really do appreciate you taking the time, when I step into your office to kind of just chat about things, and that was one of the things. But when you can take the time to figure out, maybe this is a good thing, maybe it is protecting me, it's keeping me safe. It's not a very comforting feeling, but sometimes life isn't going to be comfortable, and you just gotta step into step out of that bubble of your comfort zone, take it on, and grow. Because I've said it before, and it was on here even, like, if we don't step out of that comfort zone, we're only creating a limit for ourselves. So then next time I'm gonna go into the Bravo unit to serve these guys dinner or whatever, and I start getting that anxious feeling of, oh, I don't, if I go in there, I'm gonna get anxious, or what if this happens? Well, then I'm not gonna go in there, and I'm gonna avoid it. And then when I'm forced to go in there, I'm gonna be so freaked out. Taking those steps, going in there, getting out of your comfort zone, you continually bump that level up even further. So it's like, okay, now I don't have a limit because I'm not afraid to cross it when I get to it. So
Yeah,
it's really important.
it's like that story that you told in a previous podcast that you may or may not have been part of, the cow versus the buffalo, right? Are you gonna run from it, or are you gonna weather the storm and get out the other side?
Right.
So I do stick to that a lot. I have to remind myself,
Mm.
be the buffalo, don't be the cow. Be the buffalo, be the
Yeah.
buffalo.
No, I forgot about that story. I'm glad you brought that up because if I remember correctly, it was the cows when the storms come and they run away from it, and then
Mm-hmm.
so here's the storm, here's the cows, they're eating their food, they see the storm coming, and they're like, okay, let's run, and then the storm is just continually chasing them. Whereas the buffalo or the bison or the yak, whatever it was, is sitting there chilling out. The storm's coming, they go, oh, storm, okay, perfect, and then it rains on them, and then they go through it, and now there's nice, fresh, moist, watery grass that they can enjoy, and they don't have to run it from the storm anymore. So it's like
Mm.
same analogy, and I appreciate you bringing it up of meeting it at the door, going, yeah, what's up? You want to come in? And we're having, got a Diet Coke for you, maybe a pizza or something. We can chat about life and why you keep knocking on my freaking door.
Right. And when we're done, maybe you can kick rocks, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna whoop your butt and Smash Bros, and then we're gonna call it a night. You can get out of
Yeah.
here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and some stuff that I had to do during that time, and I just wrote a couple things down, and I'm really glad the conversation led the way that it did because it literally lines up with some stuff I want to just touch on. But remembering who you are, like I've heard it said, like skill amnesia comes into play. Like if you do something like myself where that had happened, and I was like, well, man, maybe I'm not a great use of force instructor, or maybe I'm not a great officer, or, how can I protect myself, or how can I protect my son out there if somebody's able to just punch me in the face, kind of thing. Then you start just the wheels just start spinning of this negativity, and you start to get that skill amnesia. You forget who you are and what you're capable of and what you accomplished up to that point. And one thing to remember that was somebody told me, writing down like a mental highlight reel and remembering, these are the things that I did achieve. I am an officer. I am, these are these different things that I've been able to achieve throughout my career, or even. And I was speaking with Miranda Maverick on one of our episodes. She's a UFC fighter. One of her coaches told her, like, write down things that people can't take away from you. Like, for me, like, I'm a man of faith. I'm a child of God. I'm a father. I have my son Caden. I'm a husband to my wife Courtney. I'm a brother. I have three amazing young men in my life who are my brothers, and I love them dearly. I'm a son. I'm a cousin. I have amazing family members. Like, these are all different things that people can't take away from me. And like, so when I'm looking at things that are able to be taken away, maybe you lose your job, and maybe you lose a friendship or whatever. Maybe different things get taken away. Maybe you lose your car. Like, all these things that can maybe be taken from you, I can look back at that list and go, yeah, this is taken from me, but this is who I am, and this is me at my core. This is my identity, and nobody can take that away. And so when you really think about those things, it kind of just hones it all back in of, okay, I remember who I am again, and I'm a badass. I am capable of doing this job. This one situation isn't going to define who I am and whose I am. Like, I can still go into work, and I can still be an effective officer. I can be the best that I can be, and rock the shift. You know what I mean? So that really helped me a lot. And then also focusing on somebody brought up too on the same lines, like a flow state, like a time in your life when you were just like really flowing, like things are really good. And I kind of think back to, this is kind of a silly one, but I think back to when I was in college and I was on a collegiate flag football team, and I had been wide receiver for a couple years, and like I finally got the chance to like put my neck out there, and I was like, hey, I'd like to give quarterback a try. And my buddy Matt, who was a QB at the time, he's like, yeah, sure. And we ended up going into the playoffs, and we get to like I can't remember which game it was. It was like the one before the championship. We ended up losing, but like during that time, like I felt just like on fire. Like I was just feeling it. We were feeling good. I was getting touchdowns. We were scoring. We were just having so much fun. And like when I think about that flow state, or when I think of different training opportunities, or when you are hitting that heavy bag, you're just feeling on top of the world. Like, yeah, and I'm feeling invincible. Like, so when I am in that moment of anxiety, or when I'm in that moment of skill amnesia, I can think back to a time where I was like really rocking it. And I think it's actually in an Impact video, talks about the flow state or something. I think I might have got it from there. But that, you just bring it back to a time in your life where you're like, okay, no, I am capable of doing stuff that's really good and highly effective and doing it at a high level.
Someone got stabbed again.
You must have. It's a crazy city, man. Oh, I'm
Man,
so thankful.
I'll tell you.
Don't you?
I don't miss LA at all. When I hear that, it's like, put me back in the country, boy.
Might be a song. We have to write a song based on
Start eating mayonnaise sandwiches while I'm at it.
I forgot you're not a fan of country.
No.
Oh.
No. And there are very few genres of music that I don't really get down on, but country's newer country is not my thing.
Yeah,
really? It all sounds the same to me. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's an amalgamation of pop.
What? That's a big word. Word of the day.
It's a mashup of like pop and rock.
It's a big bowl of gumbo.
And there's hip hop stuff in there sometimes too, and I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Stick with the dog that got run over and lawn mowing your sister or whatever.
You're like, I want to cry when I listen to country music. Bring it back. I don't care about the beer and the trucks and the girls. I'll send some of my favorite country songs your way and see if I can. I'm gonna convert you. I'm gonna try.
Okay. Fair enough. So long as there's an even trade, because I've got a German metal band you should listen to.
I am a fan of rock music, and I grew up listening to. Okay, you did say metal. German metal. I'm sure there's a distinct
German techno metal.
You may have showed me this before.
I think I did maybe a little bit of it. They're silly. They're fun.
They're so you're silly and fun, so it
Uh,
lines right up.
I just love a good music video. Like it doesn't go along with the music at all. It's this hard screaming metal song, but it's
Mhm.
so silly. The whole all their music videos are just so silly and it just
Nice.
makes me smile. My daughter loves them too.
That is amazing. I saw one the other day, and it was like a bunch of like guys from the hood, and they're all like a bunch of gangsters, and it's like when the song doesn't match the music video, and they're like, and it's like making my way downtown, and they're like, he's like lip syncing, but you're like, yeah, that doesn't fit. This is
It's
awesome.
so fun. If it's made fun, it's for me. Like I want to smile, man. I don't want to take
Mm.
things too seriously.
Mm. I want to smile. That's the quote of the day. Forget about that other word you said. That's the word of the day. Quote of the day. Amalgamation.
You're gonna you're gonna watch back, grab the dictionary, amalgamation.
Is that a spell from Harry Potter? Am I gonna lose my hair or something? Like,
Might not even be a real word. I could have just made it up on the fly. You'll never know.
but I don't, I'm not gonna look it up because I don't want to be disappointed if it's not real because I'm gonna use it.
Yes.
Amalgametov. I think that's a UFC fighter. Amalgametov.
Bless you.
That could be Nurmagomedov. That's what it is. Ugh, bless you. Well, that was another rabbit trail. But I
Yeah.
just want to hop back into my notes real quick and finish what other thing that really helped me out was minor conveniences. We talk about the minor inconveniences of life,
Hmm.
and you stub your toe, or like another one that I thought of was you go to the grocery store at Costco and there's a freaking humongous line. It's like, well, this is an inconvenience. Or going to the gym, you go in there and there's like lockers that you can use, but I feel like every time I'm there, you have to go through 11 lockers before you actually find one that's open or clean. You're just like, "Ah, all right, next one." Oh man. So minor conveniences is when you're pulling up to a red light and all of a sudden it goes green right away, and you're like, "Oh, sweet," and like making like a mental note of that. Okay, that's something to smile about, Or you do go to the gym and the first one you open, it's free, it's completely open. You're like, it's my lucky day. Or you go to Costco and you're going to go check out and there's nobody at the line. You just go straight up. You can pay, and I feel like those are little things that get missed. Whereas if it wasn't that way, you would be upset about it. So it's like, well, it is this way, so maybe we should smile about it a little bit and try to let it brighten up our day a little bit. So I try to focus on or find the minor conveniences of life, and that kind of helped me, stay more positive. Because if you focus on that negativity, you're only gonna find it. If you're focused on trying to find the negativity or the bad things in the world, it's all that's on the news ever anymore is just negative, bad, hurt, pain, storms. It's freezing. There's ice, like literal ice storms going across the states, and obviously those are things to be aware of. But like it's just all these negative things, and so when you can focus on like looking for the positive, you're gonna find it. Because if you focus on looking at the negative, guess what? You're gonna find it. So it's like little steps, little things that I can do mentally to not find myself in this freaking whirlpool
On
of
the
death.
same point of venting, like you can really downward spiral when you vent to other people. Whether it's, I mean, if it's someone who disagrees with you when you're venting, that's going to downward spiral because you're like, ah, screw that guy. He's just a jerk. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Or, also terribly, other people jump on the bandwagon like, yeah, this is a bunch of nonsense. Like, what are we doing here? This place is falling apart. And that 24-hour news cycle, why do we need 24 hours of news? Turn it off.
Mm.
I haven't watched news in years, and people come in and like, oh, did you hear? Did not hear. Did not hear. Turn it off. It doesn't
Right.
do me any good.
Mm-hmm.
And when I really struggle with the venting thing, especially in that office when, there's just a couple of us in there. So if something happens that we're all just like, dude, this really sucks. Now we're going to talk about it. Like, it doesn't do anything to help. You kind
Mm-hmm.
of have to just, hey, let's talk about something else for a while because this
Right.
is just going to drag me down. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like, the decision was made. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Put your faith in God, and whatever He wants to be will be. If
Mm.
you keep trying to fight for control because a lot of us are kind of control freaks. We think we're in command. We're not.
Mm-hmm.
And the sooner we accept that, the easier it is to be happy.
Right. Yeah, life is short. You might as well try to figure out a way to smile. Find a way to smile. Because, the circumstances are going to change, for the better or for the worse. Tomorrow it may be bad and the sun's going to go down and it's going to come back up again tomorrow, with brand new opportunities and brand new possibilities. And
If you're lucky.
yeah.
If you're lucky, you'll wake up tomorrow and see the sunrise. Not everybody gets to, so.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing to be thankful for. Gratitude. What a perspective when you can wake up and be thankful to wake up and have another day, have another crack at life. Like, that's something I know that I take for granted. My alarm clock goes off and I'm upset. Like, what? Isn't that crazy?
I'm upset because I wake up and the alarm clock hasn't gone off yet. I set my alarm clock every day and I'm always awake before it goes off, and I'm like, this couldn't be the day. This was going to be the day.
I just want to wake up to my alarm.
I just want that extra 20, 30 minutes, man. Come on.
Right. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. But what a perspective, man. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it. I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna write it and stick it on my phone. Like, don't be mad at me. I'm just waking you up for another beautiful day. Opportunity waits. Come on, Bailey.
Dude. My wife would murder me, not a morning person. If I were to be like, hey, let's get that extra 10 minutes out of our day this morning, she would be like, don't you dare. Don't you dare do this again.
She'd be like, are you thankful to be alive right now? Because you're not going to be.
Because you're not going to be. Right. I'm about to be a single parent.
Right. Oh, man. What a great time. This is just good fun.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I feel like, working nights has its own challenges, but I really miss, nothing against the team that I'm working with now. They're all great people, but when you work with a team, specifically a certain team for 3 years, like, you really do miss those people, and then, like, get to see you every day. Like, it's weird walking by the program's office and everything's just dark, everything's off.
It's dark.
Like, oh, yeah. I just kind of like, this is kind of sad.
I'm definitely going to miss being able to spend time with both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of benefit. I mean, for me personally, maybe for the jail, maybe not, but being able to have conversations with both day shifts across the board, you can maintain those relationships. The second you get tied into a single shift, you're missing 3/4 of the people that work in that jail.
Right.
You just don't have a relationship with these people anymore. And it's impossible to get everybody together because we're a 24-hour operation. Right. So even if you wanted to have like a big hangout in my backyard, it just wouldn't be possible to have everybody there.
Right.
And it's such a bummer because I love all of them, Like, I wish I could hang out with all of them, but it just isn't in the cards, man.
Right. Maybe once we all retire, I'll be old and have a party at your house.
That'll be much sooner for me than for you.
So you gotta hold on, man. You gotta be really old Chris when I retire and make me burgers or something. What do you make that's really good? Salsa. That was really yummy.
I'm thawing some right now. We're going to be making tacos here in a bit.
Hopefully I'm not keeping you from that. I probably am.
No, it's fine. Tacos can wait. Tacos can wait. Well, that song, Heaven Can Wait.
I don't know. You say it as...
I think it's a Meatloaf song.
Tacos can wait. No.
Google it when we get down here. I think it's Heaven Can Wait by Meatloaf. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I'm thinking of... There is definitely a tune going through my head when you sing that. It makes me think it's something different, but I can't pinpoint it. But I'll let you know.
Meatloaf's a little before your time.
Meatloaf. Yeah, now I'm hungry. Speaking of music, I wrote down... what did I write down? Minor conveniences and, like, celebrating the little things. And as I wrote, like, little things, all I thought it was, like, all the small things.
It's perfect.
Just any musical song. Yeah. If Steve Jedlinski's listening to this, he definitely knows. Like, he'll say something and I'll sing it back, and he's like, later on, he'll be singing something and then be like, "Why is this song in my head? Bailey, were you singing this earlier?" And then he thinks that I control his mind because I put things into his head. So, like, when we do the questions, like, do you feel like anybody can put thoughts in your head or take things out of your head? And he's like, "Yes, Bailey," with his musical musical crap.
Bo does that to me all the time, and especially because the radio plays in the gym. There's always a song that's going to get stuck in my head. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. They're not all bangers.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
No. And if they are, then I'm the freak of nature that's dancing in the program's office, right?
I love it. I'd probably join you. If you were there in the nighttime, I'd join you.
Yeah, when the ADHD really cranks up, Jeremy has a lot of fun.
Do you ever see yourself like singing a country music song and be like, "Oh, dang it!" Just stuck in your head.
Yet.
You can't get Morgan Wallen out of your head. You're just jamming, and you're like, "Ah!"
I don't even know what that is.
Morgan Wallen? You know who Morgan Wallen is? I feel like you're pulling my leg.
I'm not pulling your leg. I might know the music, but I don't know the name.
You know some songs, but no, he's up there with the biggest of them right now. He's
Chris
got some
Haynes
pop stuff
great.
in it, so you probably just stay away from it. What'd you say?
Chris Haynes is pretty great.
See, I don't know him about
Garth
Haynes.
Brooks.
Oh, that's his real name. I didn't know that.
I think so. I know that Chris is his first name. Oh, he's been accused of some not nice things. I'm just gonna leave that where that is.
All right, well, we can cut that out.
Never mind. My bad.
Garth, you dog.
Take that Google search out of my history. Oops.
Wait, Garth or Chris?
I don't know.
Both.
Was he Chris when it was going down?
I guess I have no idea. So Morgan Wallen. Go back to Morgan Wallen. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
No, I'll send you some. He sings Whiskey Glasses. Pour me another drink. I don't want to feel a thing. No?
Mm-mm.
I just need a whiskey glasses. 'Cause I don't want to make... No?
I know barbecue stain on my white t-shirt.
I got a barbecue stain. Who sings it? Do you know that one? Who sings it?
No.
No? Is it because you're the guy with the... Is it that because you're the guy with the barbecue stain on your...
With the barbecue stain. I don't buy white t-shirts anymore.
You can thank Tim McGraw for that. That's a Tim McGraw classic.
My gut is just too big. The barbecue stains are aplenty. Or salsa in my case, I suppose.
I feel like that could be like a hip hop rap song.
The barbecue
Shaggy
stains
singing.
are plenty.
Yeah, there are plenty on your white t-shirt.
It wasn't me. She caught me snacking in the shower.
Oh man, that's amazing. Well, I think we can wrap this up. This has been a wonderful episode of Riffery. Of Riffstuffer. Riffs by Chris. Country music, adversity, getting assaulted within the jail setting. Like it's all good stuff.
It's all here. It's everything you need.
Yeah, Nurmagomedov or whatever you said. Algorithm. I'll look it up. I'll use it. I'm gonna add it to my dictionary. Not my dictionary. I'm gonna add it to my vocabulary. Is the word I was trying to say there. Because that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to better ourselves here. Just trying to make ourselves one step better at a time, or one step at a time, and that's including random large words that I'm not familiar with.
Fair enough.
All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come on and be a silly goose here for a little bit, and a serious goose for a part of it as well.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate your friendship and the open door kind of policy that you have when it comes to different stuff we got going on in our lives. And this has been nice, because it's been about a month and a half since I've really had a good conversation with you. Since I'm Batman roaming the streets of Gotham at the moment in the nighttime. But keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you, and let's do this again sometime.
Absolutely, dude. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. All right, everybody. This has been another episode of the Iron Purpose Podcast. Stay sharp.